Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. This is episode 422. Wait, you want me to do what in the wormhole? What's up, Smiley? What's going on? What a coincidence on the match tonight. That is funny shit. Talk about team effort. That's funny. You put that with the title? That's kind of funny, really. What's up, brother? Is my internet fucking with me already?
All right, it's cooperating. Then as this on mute, bringing up chat.
I think it was lagging a little bit there.
You're killing me going live. I was like, oh, not even ready. I remember you're just gonna go live on me.
I was feeling a little funny tonight with the fucking, as you can see in the title. Start the week off with a little funny note, I guess.
Not in my wormhole, man. Come on now. That ought to be another title. Now doing that.
How's your day? How's your week starting off?
Good, man. Good. You have a good Father's Day, all that.
It's another day. It's another day. I made it.
Pretty much. It was a good.
For that.
Had the family over, mom and brother and kids. Grilled up some stuff. It was fun.
I tell you, I didn't. What the fuck? Yeah, I grilled up. Oh, we had stir fry. That's right. I went to the farmer's market and grabbed a bunch of fresh, local fresh vegetables. Uh, Grilled them on the grill over a bed of rice.
Cheers. Hitting the fresh market. They got the.
Yeah, I prefer. Yeah, the farmer's market. You can't beat fresh, farmer's markets.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what I was trying to convince my daughters to do this year is run a farm stand and we'll grow all the veggies in the backyard and I don't know, be a little part-time thing for them.
They going for it?
Nope,
I mean, that's like
nope.
it's like I can't be any easier. I mean, even for a kid, I mean that's the honor system. Get screw a fucking toolbox to the table, lock it up, cut a slit in it, put some fucking veggies out there, work on the honor system. But that's like, how could how could they not want to walk vegetables out there, set them on the table, and collect that money? I mean, that's labor-free money.
I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead. I was thinking like the farmer markets where you actually get a bunch of different farmers together. But
Ooh, yeah. So, you mean like a real farmer's market?
yeah. Yep. Thanks, dude. Fire. I know we're like matching. Not quite though. Mine's a little different, ain't it?
No, same.
See? Oh man.
Same. I don't know.
I like this shirt though, because like I work nights and I never have to grab a flashlight. I can always see where I'm going when it's dark out.
They are a little loud. They are a little loud.
It's like a glow stick walking through the woods.
I was thinking about some different colors. I like that. I like the lime green. The lime green ones are all right. I'm thinking about some red.
I
Red
love
would
this
be
color,
just as
man.
loud. I gotta say, I'm gonna get. I have for those of you guys that won your cup or your stuff Friday. Your coffee cups are still hot on the press. So as soon as I get your coffee cups, I will mail your stuff out to all the lucky winners over the weekend there. Uh, I've actually got some of the other version coming too. So the one like this, I got some of them coming, and then I got some of the original. I grew some fucking talking shit with Eagle with the chat and the tents and all that. Some of those too.
I like it. I think it's cool, man, that you're doing like different custom batches. That's where like I don't know, you can't buy them and they're fucking a gift and it's gonna be unique. You know what I mean? So I like that. We'll get to the
Uh,
event, start seeing people wearing them and shit.
if I get my ass to some of these events, man, I can't believe how many that have passed by and I have missed.
There's one every weekend, I swear. Two every weekend.
Things have been busy this year for me. I mean, on multiple fronts. I mean, life is not let up on me. I thought I thought 21 would be like 20. 20 was a good year for me. I'm not gonna bullshit anybody. All the all the bullshit aside, 20 was a good year for me. So I thought 21, I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna springboard on off of 21 there or 20, and it, yeah, yeah,
The spring broke instead.
yeah. Board had a crack. Fucking board had a crack.
I'm gonna spring off the diving board until it breaks. Fuck.
One bouncing straight down. That's fucking right.
Yeah. It's been busy, man. Doing these rotations, breaking my back.
That that doesn't surprise me at all, man. That does not surprise me at all, man. It's, fucking, I'm things sent me, man. The fucking heavy buckets or whatever, containers. They're fucking heavy, man. The fuckers are heavy, especially if you put a plan in there on top of it. Ducking underneath that, putting them in there ain't that bad. You got a nice carry, you know what I mean? You fucking just carry it. But fucking there, plant in there, you kind of like hunched under the plant. It ain't so easy to fucking carry,
I'm
man.
surprised you didn't get the casters for them yet. You go to the website and you can buy casters for them. They plug right into each corner. And there's like a little hole for them or something already.
Well, they are. It is on a cast. Hold on.
Yeah, because you can get wheels for them to roll them around. They even got stands. Oh, you got them on cast.
Just not on like their casters. Look, it's like it is on. It's on the like two. That it's on like roller skates, Smiley. That kind of man. What it is I'm fucking. I love the clearance section. I can't help but go to. So I was at Walmart, and all my shit's on movers anyway, plant dollies, whatever you want to call them. And most of them I've got from Walmart. When they first started making them a couple years ago, they were clear, a little hard, heavier duty, 650. They were well worth it. They could take 10-gallon pot. The last couple years, they've changed them a little bit to like a black plastic. They don't seem to be as. But so I'm wandering through the fucking clearance thing, and they've got this like it's a moving dolly. It's like a fold up, throw in your trunk, plastic. It's all. I mean, you can break it down. It folds up into like something this big. I mean, that big, about that long. You throw it in the trunk of your car, fucking whatever. But they had it. They were normally fucking $40. And they had them. I seen them. They were $7. $7. They had a couple of them there. I'm like, oh, they're fucking snagging them bitches.
So,
I would had no intentions on using them for a fucking dolly or whatever. I got home, brought them in, snap, snap, snap. They are made of plastic, but that fucking man, I could shove that fucking earth box, man. Whoa, you could have fucking races with that. I could actually take that bitch to a roller skating rink, and you could shove that fucking bitch effortlessly, fucking one from one end to the other, man. It's too much.
bowling.
You could with that fucking thing. That could be a possibility. That's for sure.
It looked like, yeah,
But you have to get it.
one in.
Yeah, either way, it rolls nice, but you still have to get it over that lip. You know what I mean? Of the 10. You gotta fucking.
Yep.
So what?
Lift with your legs. Lift with your legs.
True.
It's hard though, man. It's hard sometimes, like you say, when you get in an awkward position, you're trying to like duck under the plant or like trying to like balance it just right so you can get it through the doorway. Yeah, you get twisting in some weird spots, holding a huge amount of weight too. Like even if it's 40 pounds, man, like you throw yourself off center with 40 pounds and like you ain't ready for it or whatever, like you can fucking shift a vertebrae in your back real quick. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes, like you say, man, like this girl back here, there's this one, man. That thing is propped up. There's a trifecta of fucking unsupported shit right here. They're all kind of like they kind of fucking forming a little fucking teepee there support. But I know as soon as I pick that up, that's an awkward pickup and get out of there too. Because as soon as I pull it out of there, it's gonna want to fucking fall or something. And so, that's to be pulled down too. Got my work cut out. I've been trimming all day. I got that new light, the other light. I, you see, you can see. I got one Saturday. Smile. I did the video.
I seen
But you see, you knew where you knew where they were gonna go, right? You see where I'm leading with this? And it went plug her in. There's no fucking way. That was out in the open. That was out in the open, man. I was like, man, I had a little bit more hopes for when I threw her in the 4x4. And I was like, yeah, basically, I stand by. I almost think 300 is a better deal. So, but I had it in there next to an HLG 550, kind of waiting for the other one to show up. So it didn't look so bad. So I actually fucking threw the other one in there today, and I was like, ugh, that would have never replaced the 2K. Never.
No.
So I'm glad I pulled out the 2K. But on the other side, though, so I'm flip flopping some shit. I had to pull down. I've got a fucking Majestic 12. It's like an old bar. It's got the old pre chips in it. You know what I mean? As far as the bar, it was a good light. I think there's a problem with the manufacturer. The guy was a bit of a I guess. And super cheap drivers, cheapest drivers I ever did see. A few of them have gave out. But I'm thinking about actually going through the light because the lights itself. Let me show you. Let me grab one of the
Like
cards.
the diode part, is that what you're talking? Must be. What's going on, chat? Yeah, I don't think you like the light too much there, Northern. I don't know.
So one of the bars. This is one of the bars. It's got 8 of these fucking bars. You know what I mean? That's some fucking. This thing rocked when it was. You know, everything was popping. I'm thinking if I could almost like revamp the light with maybe some better drivers that I could maybe overpower it a little bit, maybe I don't know, or at least a better driver, even if I match what was there, it'd be
Yeah, I
worth
mean,
running again.
I was just gonna say the driver is kind of the heart of the whole thing because I don't know, like that's been the fail point I've had with any of them. It's been the driver. So I mean,
Plastic.
from what I've
They
heard,
were
yeah.
like cheap.
Oh, the diodes you can keep running though. From what I've
Yeah. So I think it's a possibility. And right now an 8 bar. It was an 8 bar. 5 of them are still firing. So the light's still. Hell, I was using it before. I just took it down. And then in that same tent, so I took down an HLG 550 and Majestic 12 out of that area and putting up the other lights for a run. And so I took the fucking 550 out of there, and I had it right next door. And then this other 4x8, I had the Myers Hydro and the Bloom Plus, the BP 300, and then the Myers Hydro. I think it's there. Fuck, I can't even remember. I think it's there 4,000. But I actually had their TS 1,000 in between this run. So it was all economy light. It did pretty well. Did pretty well with the 3 lights in there. So I fucking pulled down the fucking here's the fucking hydro, the TS 100, TS 1000s right there. So I took out the HLG 550 and I put that thing's like rocking in the center. So there's a Bloom Plus 3,000, the HLG 550, and then the Myers Hydro. Maybe it's the TS 2000. I can't remember, but it's all like shing solid board across that 4x8. I can't wait to. And you know what's funny is I don't even like the Scorpions, but as soon as I had that, I had it all like hung and took a step back. I heard in my head that song like "Rock Me Like a Hurricane." It was like, "Here I am." But I think ultimately, unless I talk to Bloom Plus and they send out another light, I'm gonna end up fucking taking that three 3,000 out of that tent and dropping in between the two 4,000s to make that work. And at that point, maybe it would have kept up with this, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So that's what I did today.
the light dramas, the dramas. I just switched some around too because I switched those 300 boards out. So, but you gotta get. Do you got a gauge to measure like PPFDA or like output, like some kind of an output intensity type of gauge?
I've got one on my phone, but it says about how accurate is that. I don't know. I was thinking
I,
about ordering one. They're not that fucking expensive.
yeah, they're like 100 bucks, 150 or something.
It's not really shit.
Yeah, I use it all the time, dude. For as far as a tool goes, I know to me that's like guys always talk pH gauges and stuff, but to me that's the way I would do it. Like the light gauge is, I don't know, pretty important. Fucking mic wasn't plugged in. Do I sound different?
Yeah, you do.
Hit that switch. All right.
Cleaner. Cleaner. I totally neglected chat. Cheers, everybody in chat. Sorry for
We're
typing.
talking dropping beans for the full moon in chat. There you go. Are you ready to crack more, or you just did a whole fucking batch?
But still, I've got. Yeah, I want to. I just don't know. I want to wait till I know things will be a little bit more steady. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
want to necessarily
Then get back
chop
to your.
down to it tonight.
I thought your
What's
ABC
it?
was always be cracking.
Yeah. But like, well, guess what I'm saying? Basically, there's a bump in the road. I'd rather, I would. I don't want to bring any extra genetics that I wouldn't possibly want to lose. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, so wait for a minute before I pop anything.
No, I know how that goes because I'm in the same boat, except I did just crack some more. But I'm like all excited about so many beans. But yeah, it's like you get a few of them going, and by the time you're like, they get grown in veg, and then you're cloning them, and then you're really getting a chance to like run them through flour. I mean, at minimum, what you're 8 weeks usually, 8 to 10 weeks. So you're 2.5 months there just in flour, and it's like I don't know, you can get them backed up pretty quick. Especially when you're trying to decide them on 2 runs. Like if you want to take phenos and then you're going to say, well, maybe I can narrow them down somewhat, but I want to run these 2 or these 3 a second time to see which one's my favorite. Now you're really talking a long time.
So is this a good or bad time to say that I've already got my clones from the Columbia rooted in its old cuts?
No, you're kicking ass on that, man. It definitely. I gotta bring. I'm gonna bring them all out to the barn because I had half of them at the barn and I have half of them here, and I'm gonna bring them all out there. That way, they're all on camera. And plus, the ones at the barn, I don't know if they're getting more CO2 or more light, whatever. They're growing a lot faster and better out there. So I'm like, that's what gets the most attention too. So I'll just put them out there. But I took clones of 4 of them so far. I think I got
And
five more.
I need to take some of the last. I threw the remaining three females into flower yesterday, day one. I need to take cuts off of those. The other two have been in, or the other three have been in flower now for 5 days. So they'll all be in flower. But the first round, the first three had chopped down. They were a little taller structure than the other three. So I kind of actually topped those, took clones off the tops, made them a little more stout, bushier, threw them into flower to where the other three were naturally bushy. I
I mean,
still got that run. That run is stinky. She's stinky. She'll get some cuts off of it. She may
yeah,
be a little barren.
I guess how you want to go about deciding because I can like I typically would take the clones and then I would sex the clones, and I know that's a long, slow way to go, but then I'd have the original seed pop ready to go that's not been switched or whatever. So all the clones I take from that again, once you decide. So I usually just sex the clone, but I can set them all in the flower room for 2 3 days and then pull them back out in veg and they'll show and not really, what I mean? They don't really go into like a full on flowering stage or whatever, but it definitely usually will make them show for sure.
So what I kind of think maybe we could do here is again, this is up for debate, up for whatever in chat, put their thoughts in here. But maybe that since you're already kind of, I don't know, kind of got some stuff going over there, maybe I could send you or get you a couple of cuts of um, my mail. You can dust your females, and then I'll take a cut. Do you? Hey, well, you don't know as far as what you got for males yet, do you?
No,
But I basically, I it'd be fucking pure shitty luck. Well, it would be pure shitty luck to get all fucking females, but usually that's the time when you don't want a female or well, want a male. You'll end up with all, or you're want vice versa. If you want the male, you'll end up with all females. But I can't see that happening. So take your male, swap. I think it works. What about Bob W. Digger 714? Please, Daily Good Boy. Cheers.
Sorry, I was still listening. I was grabbing beer. Take the. I guess, yeah, I'm not. We really can't decide on which male to use, right? Until we see them all. Is that what you're thinking? Or did we already flip a coin and say, no, we're for sure going with this male?
No, we haven't because we haven't even seen yours yet. So how could we do that? You know,
I feel in control. You put it like all the control in my lap now. Like drive.
Well, it's either that or like I said, like I pass you one of my mails, and you pass me one of yours, and then I smacked a 10 over here with your mail, and then you smack yours with my mail, and then we go forward from there. You know, Pheno hunt the two.
You mean make two different
working it? Yeah.
You mean make it both ways?
Yeah. We could do that, or we could just, Pheno hunt your male or a male from either side. Just do the one. It doesn't matter to me.
I say we just
either route.
I think it'd be better to just do the one because it's going to be way fucking confusing to try to get multiple ones out there. But if you really want the pine, I think, and that's what the Colombians got, like I think that male would probably be the better one to use. If that's what you're looking to carry across. I have no idea about Jack Skellington or any of that either. So,
well, that's supposedly bringing the super strength. I would. It's like we're looking at it that way. Yeah. But when usually, from what I've understood, that a male can, like a super strong male, can add more THC to an already strong female. So.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So if the pine is what you want in the Colombian, then we could use the Jack to add just some potency or whatever to it. The Jack.
Would you like to see the two males, the two Colombian males I've got, at least what they look like?
Yeah.
I kind of.
I want to know what the competition's at.
Yesterday.
Putting my stuff in the ring here.
Yesterday, but man, he had 11 bladers. He needs to keep 11 bladers.
I feel like we're training boys for a battle. It's the battle of the boys. I get to view the competition. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? I don't know, man. I guess Jack Skellington, in my mind, when I hear Jack, I just think of Jack Herrera. So I don't know if that has even anything to do with Jack Skellington, but
yeah. Well, I hate, with that being said, if you talking about it like that.
He's a stud, dude. Let's see him.
He's a good looking dude.
He is a good looking dude.
This is one of my males. good looking all around. This is its natural structure. This is no trade in. This is the de-leafing process, defoliating process that we do in veg. Kind of strip them down and let that bottom boom out. This is one, this is the natural structure. You can see got some nice leaves. So there's one. This second one, a little taller, not as bushy, but still not bad.
Nice.
So these are the two choices so far. Oh, I did. Here is one. Nothing left. Off that first one.
Yeah, those are nice. They're all spicy pine.
It's not as spicy. It's more like, I don't know, more pine there.
The pine. I was gonna make a joke about you being a fluffer or something the way you were stroking it. Sorry.
Really polishing that pine there, buddy.
Threw me off track. I was trying to think of a funny way to put that, and it didn't work out. Oh, the worm.
I'm definitely looking forward. But as far as like the wind down goes, like we talked about that, next gen, take clones, everything. I've got to be stuck with a bunch of shit that I can't be with a fucking stuck with a tight round of pine. A few different versions of pine. If you got to be bottleneck with some shit for a minute. Yeah.
That's the way it goes, though. That was what you were hunting on. You were cracking all kinds. You got that Christmas one too, and
I got those two meals right here.
You should run the mix and fucking hit some of them other pine ones with that Colombian, dude. You could run stack a room, have the DOA in there with the other ones.
Actually thinking about hitting. I've got this one Xmas that is like that real strong pine. Thinking about actually letting him go on Columbia. See if I can't, bring out something a little bit more pine out of the two yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things I said I put that right there with things I said I'd never do. Party happened. Fuck, let's go say that.
Yeah. No, I got talking in chat there. I'm waiting on my soil results. I was a little slow on sending them in. They should be tomorrow or Wednesday though. So I don't know what my top dressings need to be. Everything's flipped. I'm days behind, Eagle. Days behind. I usually do all that. It's done and handled. Watering's hooked up. Now I'm waiting. It's like no man's land.
My and maybe it's the worms. I don't know. They don't like the ones in the earth boxes. I haven't really checked. I haven't seen the other ones. I put the other ones in the other. They're in a different medium. They're in the veggie goo. And I haven't seen. I didn't see those today. I didn't really look, but I didn't see them. But I did see a couple fucking AWOL out of the earth box. I'll throw back in there. Where are you going? Get back in there.
Yeah, they might. I don't know. They do go AWOL sometimes. Not a ton of them. I was just transplanting today though. They're thriving in the soil. But I was gonna ask, what do you run for? Do you run a mulch on the soil, or do you in the pots, or are you just running cover crop?
Just for cover crops. Last time I didn't use anything. I just compost on the top. It did fine.
Yeah, they do. I don't know. The mulch is kind of an interesting topic though, one that I'm learning and trying to figure out more about. It's just a interesting aspect to it, I guess. Keeping the soil covered and keeping the moisture there up to the top of the surface, because like when it's exposed, like that top layer is going to dry down. You know what I mean? It'll dry down from the like a sponge. It'll be wetter on the inside. It's kind of like dry from the outside in. It's kind of what I'm getting
I considered the mulch. But then I kind of went with the top cover, because different reasons. I figured, it would a little bit for aeration, a little bit for driving, nitrogen a little bit deeper into the soil for the roots. I figured it would keep it just as moist, but it'd be more of a life cycle, more room for everything to thrive off everything, more of live on live type thing. You know. That's why I went with the top cover. Man, this tube is dry as fuck. Times when this thing just fucking dries, my tongue just sticks to it like a fucking ice cold pole and shit. It's but yeah, I don't know. That's why I went with that versus the mulch. I thought about the last run, just kind of mulching over it with the cocoa chips, instead of putting
at.
like
Good.
a rye or something on. Hey, I did though. I did the long space.
I'd be curious, and I mean, I know like the wood chips are something that people use, so I haven't used either one of them. I've used I like cutting up the stems. So like when you're lollipopping the plant, any of the stems, like cutting those up and putting them on. But I don't know, they seem to stay around for a while, and then if you cut them in appropriate size, they're almost like having straw on the top of the media after you get a few of them built up. But yeah, there's different ways. I do like the idea of the cover crops because, especially earlier on, just because it's putting so much more energy down into the soil too. So the more things photosynthesize, and like all those plants are trying to make their, I guess in my mind's eye, based off what I read or learn or listen to, but like they're all trying to make their own relationships with that soil biology, the whole colonies that are in there, and they're, from what I've heard, they're each individual plant is going to establish its own different, relationships with those biologies, and promote certain ones and certain other ones. So like having four different plant groups growing in the same soil is what I heard was ideal for having like a wide range of diversity. So like if if you're talking four different plant groups, then it means like you can't just have four different kind of clovers. You know what I mean? You'd have to have something that's in a different type of a plant group than a clover, like a grass or whatever. But you have different things, so you're trying to have different communications or different interactions with the biology, I guess, going on more than what the cannabis plant can do by itself. You know what I mean? That's what's cool. Oh shit, you got a new pipe. You got the old man pipe.
This is my serious organics pipe.
Ah, shit. Yeah. We talk organics, you're gonna bust out the pipe and be like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like sweet.
I like it. That's funny.
I seriously bought that with the intentions. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sneak this in. It's smiling. There's chance I get it.
I love it. You got worms now. Did you start a worm? Did you start a worm bin with those or not?
No, I just threw them in the pots. They're actually in a few different pots, but the whole worm bit thing isn't far out. I think, yeah, that's coming. That's coming. And if I just need to make some room, juggle some shit around. I already got it. If you look close back there, you can barely see it. There's a fucking banana on there too. There's a banana peel on top of that motherfucker. But I don't see if they'll eat that shit. It's already starting. It's already starting.
That's funny. You're just gonna get fruit flies. That's all.
Yeah. Better fucking pull that shit.
Get your predators warmed up, man. I'll give them something to tune up on.
Give the fucking frog something to eat.
The toad.
You're about to
Toad.
damage the toad.
Funny.
I haven't seen him today yet.
I got a new fucking kick-ass hat. Just trying to show off my state design. He does the one with the handgun in it, in the state, in the Michigan hand or whatever, the handgun. And then he's got this one with the, yeah, we'll do them with different states or whatever. So if you want Oklahoma, you can get a fucking Oklahoma with a canvas leaf. That's like his little niche, I guess, in my state. Pretty cool though.
It is cool.
Yeah. It's a friend of a friend or whatever.
I should wear more hats. I should wear more hats. Not having the natural cover of the hair to protect that fucking scalp. I should be wearing more hats.
See, my science teacher back in the day was bald, and he had a poster always hanging up on the wall, and it said that God only made a few perfect heads, the rest he covered with hair.
I wore more hats when I had hair. I wore hats, and now that I don't have hair, I fucking never wear it. Hardly ever.
Except when it's cold, and you gotta have the Scully thing on.
Well, I've reached that state though, like where I don't give a fuck sometimes. So I do have an assortment like bucket hats. I was like doing the lawn the other day and I put on a big old fucking bucket hat shit, which was nice for mowing the lawn and shit. Job sites, shit like that, fucking bucket hat, bucket. Something, you just care if it gets wrinkled, you fucking fold the thing up, put it in your back pocket. That's maybe
It's funny.
it's fun. It's fun.
They always told me I was gonna go bald because I wore hats all the time.
Sold that too. I wanted to believe that was the reason for the bald spot.
You ain't gone blind yet either, fuckers.
Win! I consider that one a win.
Lied to you. That's funny.
Yeah, as far as things like that is you were told, as far as like, you'll go blind. I had a teacher, Miss Odd, and she was like a straight up like real teacher. And as you're growing up, any teens like hoping you get through that like adolescent phase to where the pimples and the zit stop and shit. You know what I mean? I remember this like freshman year. Freshman year, she comes in. It must have been a bad day or something. She fucking bunch of like gals in the front row, all fucking probably the hotter chicks because she was a great teacher, but she wasn't like that teacher. You know what I'm saying? So like fuck one day she comes in, she was real funny, cool as fuck. We're all sitting there and I remember fucking cracking up. She's like, "Oh, you worried about that zit right there? Probably hoping them things stop. Huh? Like you're gonna fucking just reach that magical age and them zits are gonna fucking stop." She's like, "I'm fucking 36. I still dealing with them fucking zits. Fucking get over it. There's more to life than that shit." Just kind of like completely sank ship and shit. I was like, "Oh, that's cold. This is that. That's cold." Totally dream blown. You can see their little faces in the front. I'm gonna have these forever. This is never gonna stop. Basically.
Kind of. It's funny though. Shit teachers would say. Torture kids. Be an interesting job, have a new batch of kids to torture. Mm. What dreams can I smash today?
Teachers don't make enough money.
I'm just fucking around.
They don't though. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I love my kids. I love kids. Could I fucking sit in a classroom with an interchanging 30 every hour and listen to the gossip and the bullshit? Fucking try to teach them. I don't think so. I don't. I don't think I could tame the class, teach. Teach later in that cash.
Yeah, they definitely do. No. Kid torture, Chad. No. Just a joke. I think kids are funny. I always liked volunteering. They had the watchdog dad, they call it. I don't know if they do that at schools all over the country or whatever, but at ours they did. So they tried to encourage a dad to go once a year. So it was like, I don't know, all the different grades, and they basically just schedule a day, and you're the recess guy, and you're the fucking. I don't know. I went around to different classes. You hang out with your kid's class like half the time, and then the other half of the time you're like reading to kindergartners and doing different shit like that. But it was kind of fun. You're like a celebrity the whole damn day. They give you a special shirt you got to wear and stuff, so all the kids know that you're the dad or whatever. You're walking around. Kind of funny. And you do the morning announcements. That was the other thing.
Got a few field trips myself. I don't mind chaperoning. It's
Cool.
always fun.
Gotta enjoy it, man. All the steps,
One
all the
day,
stages. I get to do it all over
it's
again now. Go to
it's
Grandpa's
cheating
day.
on my end. Oh, hopefully you do, man. The
Mm.
field trips I always felt were cheap. You fucking go get to hang out. You get to be like the cool dad, like you're saying, for the fucking day. Get to piggyback and go like a field trip, see something that you don't usually get to go see and shit. That's fun. I usually don't mind hanging out.
Yeah. It is funny though watching. Like my grandson now, he's a year and a half, so he's like kind of getting into that early terrible two stage where he's able to do shit. He's able to climb. In fact, quick story. He's got this like mini cleanup set that I don't know. My girlfriend got him that. Whatever. He loves it though. It's like a little broom and a little dustpan and a mop, and that's like it. But he fucking loves it. But today he wanted something off the counter, and he's not quite. I mean, he's tall enough to get his hand up on about the top of the counter, you know, and just get his paw up there. Something was moved back a little bit. He goes and grabs the broom, and he's hooking this thing, this cup that he wants or whatever it was. He's hooking it with the broom that his toy broom that he has, trying to pull it towards the edge. And then Grandma caught him and was like, "Wait, what?" But yeah, I'm like, the ingenuity, man, just blows me away. He's like, he wanted it, dude. He was focused on it. He didn't get it. I was cheering him on.
Where you at?
I don't know, man. I think that's fucking cool. He's like getting it no matter what. It's funny. Figured out a different way.
I think I would have watched and probably kind of secretly supported it too. I love the ingenuity and shit like that.
Yeah. She'll get a little frustrated with him or whatever, but I keep reminding her that it's gonna do him well, man. Like when he's grows up and you know he's gonna have a little bit of stick to it, a little bit of stubbornness to stick to it and figure it out and fucking not give up when something goes not the way he thought originally or whatever, you know. I think it's a good characteristic. Might be a pain in the ass when he's two.
Oh,
it's gonna be a pain in the ass when he's two. But
for you guys, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. But yeah, that's a trait. That fucking that's the trait I admire right there. That's like something all your whole life you look at something and go, I can't do that. But find a way to do that. Then when you kind of get it planned with that, the next thing is I can make this easier. I can make this a little bit easier. Fucking, you learn how to use things, leverage, shit like that in different cases. Or, for example, you know what I mean? Do you want to lift it or do you want to use a little bit of leverage to lift it? You know what I mean? I love doing that. I love being that smart ass. Oh, I've done it so many times on a job. Something you see a bunch of guys like struggling to pick something up. Yeah, fuck. You just come behind, fucking grab like fucking 10-foot 2x4 or something, stand it on end, and fucking just one person pick that fucker up. You guys grab it. You guys got that? And they're like looking like, yeah, we're smarter, fuckers. I bet your back's all hurt, don't it?
that's funny.
That's the trait he'll have to life. It's that right there. I'm gonna do it easier. There's gotta be an easier way. I'm gonna get it. There's gotta be.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely gets determined. So, even when you tell him no, I was grilling the other day, and he like, I don't know, it's got these little cranky wheels on. I got this new grill where you can like crank the, I don't know, the charcoal up or down to the grill itself or whatever. But yeah, he likes trying to play with those, and then I'm trying to keep him away from it, and he's like, damn determined to get after it. I'm like, come on, man, it's hot. You're gonna burn yourself. So it's not always good, I guess. But.
Oh no, I think even at that, I think I stood back at some points and like let it happen. Let it happen.
Figure it out.
It's only gonna happen once. It's only gonna happen once. Let it happen. Let it happen. Come here. Dad's got it. That hurt. That hurt. I know it. You won't do that again, will you? I'm doing, yeah. Sometimes lessons naturally.
Oh yeah, sure, there'd be plenty. So I got my first flower run. You know this, but chat doesn't, I guess. But it's throwing pollen right now. Like holy fuck! I didn't realize how big a cloud that. Like, I had it all over me, and I was just in there trying to water. Then there was like one or two of them that had like a little bit of pollen on them, a little one or two of the leaves, I guess. And I was like crawling in between trying to water the rest of them, and I bumped it. You know what I mean? Just bumped it, and it just rained down. Pollen. My eyes were a little bit itchy, but it wasn't too bad. Apparently, I'm not allergic to it anyway. That's a good thing. But I wasn't expecting it to dump like that. Like, wow.
So, I are you like prepared for like containment? Want the walls down, all that good shit. It's a trap. So that's
Yeah,
I'm
it
a
hangs
even
around for a while. I don't think I am, Eagle. To answer that, I don't think I am. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a double time on it.
you know what'd be interesting to do as far as like and kind of cheap, I would think, or maybe you could probably even like snap it up, but like a room inside of a room, like a tent like, inside of a tent. I've got
Yeah,
like this little, it's a 30 by 30. Put a couple of girls in there, they fucking hit the pollen, but yet have that in a 4 by 4 tent as like a buffer zone. You know what I mean? For the kind of catch and contain.
yeah. I think ideally, like the way Ocean Grown or Vader and um, shit, who's the other
Head growers got a nice
Med
one.
Grower? That's the other dude I was thinking of. Med Grower. Like they both kind of got really nice setups like that. I don't know. I was just fucking around, and it's not. It's totally separate facility for my main. So it's like what I mean. So yes, if it becomes an issue, it's not an issue for the main, I guess. So that's kind of separate, but and I'm just fucking around, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna clean it up as best
So
I
this is another thing too. Is it a problem if you're gonna use like a proprietary mail to where like you know what I mean? That's your stud every time. And so that if it is just that pollen they rub up against, you know what I mean, miss a spot during cleanup or whatever, it don't seem like it would be a problem then, unless you were like you know mixing things up every batch, putting in a new male with fucking new females, different strain. Then I think contamination may be an issue with something like that. Right?
Yeah, I think
Seems
water
like
deactivates the pollen though. So I think I don't know. That's kind of my plan, wiping everything down, kind of misting some water around and everywhere. So, and I got a filter in there that I'm going to change out, like the carbon filter that's in there. I'll change out, so it's not going to be the same carbon filter and shit. Clean all the fans, all that. Should be all right, I would imagine.
I wonder if you could actually use something like that purposely to catch pollen. So basically, what I'm saying here is get you a cheap air cleaner with like the HEPA filter in there right before you dust that mail. Kind of fire it up on low. What doesn't hit the plants gets sucked up into the filter. Go in there a little while later, pull the filter out, tap, tap, tap
A
into an
vacuum,
envelope.
like a vacuum
Yeah,
catch can or something.
basically, yeah, basically, and suck it right through into that filter, tap, 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 into an envelope. You'd be able to keep it for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely multiple things. I seen it. Grom. I think it was Grom or Juan. It might have been Wee One of them showed on Instagram collecting the pollen over a screen with a window pane, basically. And then I think they did a silt screen after that, and it was all saved. But paintbrush technique would be way easier, I think. Definitely way easier. So, I agree. What's up, Buddha?
Hey guys,
Cheers, my friend.
happy Father's Day.
Yeah, you too, man.
Happy Father's Day to all the mothers out there too who didn't get congratulated on Father's Day. I'm kind of in my own time zone, I'm like kind of dealing with yesterday, still processing it. But did you guys get any cool gifts for Father's Day?
I got a new grill, but I got it on Mother's Day for Father's Day.
Well, it's a better value that way.
I think so. Somehow I'm behind
How,
on it.
how about you, Eagle? I couldn't see it. I was only listening on my earbuds or something like that. But you have a hippie pipe or something?
Uh, no. Oh, well, yeah. This little guy right here. This little.
Sherlock Holmes.
Not quite a
You know, I,
Sherlock, but
I got something
I
similar.
think.
I'm serious. I got this for for the holiday for my daughter. And the neat thing is it has a little rainbow through the whole thing, goes down the stem and up to the bowl. And I'm not sure how high end it is, but it's high end enough, and it's a free pipe for my daughter. And I love it. We have kind of a tradition. Here's the deal is like, you know, they know I like a small thing will make me very happy, and vice versa for them. They get special gifts too. Like I like to give them knives. We've talked about the importance and all of that of having knives for your children. Well, that's one thing that I think is one of the best gifts you can give. And then get this, and I'll quit the rant about Father's Day, but I got a pair of running shoes from my wife and kids, and they're kind of, there are no cheap running shoes right now. They're all kind of upper end stuff. So these ones are pretty nice. So today, the day after Father's Day, I went up to one of the ski and cross country running areas, and I only ran for about 32 minutes, but it was really a nice sensation. So that's the kind of gift that keeps giving because we're trying to focus on health and nice practices for our body and minds.
It's awesome.
30 minutes. It's a long time to run. Like you ran the whole time, like steady.
Well, there are hills too. That's the thing is that I chose to go to a place that wasn't just flat. So 30 minutes flat and kind of going easy is one thing, but I made sure to double back because I'd missed an entrance and I went back and did this section again because I wanted to do it completely. But the main thing is for like when you, it's kind of like the MMA guys. They're actually in really good endurance shape as well as power and speed and things like that. But their core fitness is that ability to, like back in the day, like Muhammad Ali and some of those guys, occasionally they went 15 rounds. Can you imagine that shit?
I couldn't, man. The 3 minutes too, or some of them 5 minutes back then. I think they're 3 minute rounds, right? Boxing, but still, 3 minutes of throwing punches, even at a fucking punching bag that's holding still, is hard. It's hard, and it ain't hitting you back. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
3 minutes straight of punching something, that's hard. And then do that a bunch of times in a row. You know.
Yeah, those guys were warriors and respect. But like I said, I got some nice running shoes, and when somebody gives you $100 pair of shoes, you better go run in those shoes. You know.
It's true. But where you're at, that could save you from, you could outrun somebody like from a bear chasing you, or I was gonna make that joke too. You're like, I think a knife's a good gift, and I'm thinking, yeah, you're way up north, man. Like you're up in Alaska. A knife is a good gift for sure. I suppose in the
Go
big
to
city
sport.
it is too.
I was just gonna say, go to Sportsman's Warehouse, or maybe you have the equivalent of it, one of those nice big box stores that has like hunting supplies, and like a knife. Sometimes they'll have like a pretty exotic knife that's on sale, like maybe deeply discounted because it was the last one. And you all know that when you have something that is of quality, it makes you feel confident and happy. And, hopefully you never have to use it in a defensive stance, but it's really nice to have something like that.
Agree. I'm a knife man myself, and I've all my daughters have knives. I've given all my daughters knives. I bet you Lexi was wishing she had her fucking knife today. And then she went for a walk. Her and her dog go for a little walk today. She's like, I thought I was gonna get fucking run over by some deer. We're gonna walk down the road and fucking I look ahead of me and she's like, they just kept coming across the road. And she's like, I grabbed Daisy and it's like, oh, we don't get run over. That's so bad.
I know it's crazy. Deer do that all the time too. So they run people over all the time. You hear about it.
They're pretty calm around here. Yesterday I had my other daughter in the truck with me. We're headed up to the store, and there's one across the road. And he's like sitting off to the side there, and I pull up. I pulled up like right there as I like approaching him. I'm like, look at this one. It's beautiful red color, got that black tail. Like, I stop, hold on the window. Hey, what's up, Mr. Deer? And he's like just standing there. He ain't going nowhere. Locked eyes with me. We're both like fucking both of us talking to him and shit. He get two shits. Even as I pulled over, he was kind of like still looking at us like, whoa, what? We're done? We're done? This is it.
It's like,
All
fuck
right.
you, it ain't
All
hunting season. I know this shit.
Well, I jokingly said to her on the way out, she's like, so you the house? You the guy from around the corner there? Yeah, I know you. I run through your yard all the time. Guy with the dogs, right? I'll see you around. I'll see you around.
Yeah. It's funny shit. They do kind of know when it like hunting season is and shit. Like they learn that shit. They're a smart animal.
I would be
I
100% liar. I don't mean to cut you off, Lou. If I didn't say I wander around, fucking, I stayed outside, man. I'll smoke a joint, and I'll mimic the fucking birds and shit. I'll fucking drive these back roads just like the deer. Fucking, I will fucking stop all fucking smoked out. Fucking, what's up, Mr. Deer? What's up, Mr. Deer? I gobble that fucking turkeys. I sit to that, man. I have a little bit of fun rolling down these back roads.
Somebody behind you, you go slowing down, fucking gobble at a turkey. The guy behind, what the fuck?
What is that? What is that? What are you trying to imply, sir?
There's definitely a moose call, and don't ask me what it is. If I knew it, I would actually share it with you because it's like a party trick. I could make one up, but there's actually a certain sound that is attractive to moose, and I think it has to do with like attracting a mate, during mating season. So some people get also like the moose jaw, I believe, and they somehow make a scratching sound with it that's supposed to sound a little bit like a rutting of the horns, like on a tree trunk. So the traditions of the locals sometimes are such that they're kind of like they emulate nature, with decoys and calls and all that crazy stuff.
That's my luck. It's my luck to fucking imitate a fucking some kind of mating call, get trampled by fucking something shit. Trampled by another moose and shit. What you need the call? Where's it at? Where's it at? I love nature.
I was just thinking that calling in a horny moose doesn't sound too smart, right? Be pissed off. Either way, he's gonna be pissed off, right? Like it's not what he was expecting. He's gonna be mad. Funny.
I think that we're probably lucky that the moose are pretty docile by nature. Truthfully, they don't like stampede or anything. Usually, they'll just go sit in a big old field. Like when it's 20 below zero, they'll be in this old field of willows, and they'll be kind of spaced out, like kind of like you'd imagine, like bison, buffalo, whatever, to be on a field. But so, in other words, like when it comes down to it, moose are actually pack animals or herd animals, maybe in their natural state, But of course, they do their solo thing all the time.
So, Buddha Boy, have you seen? Maybe this isn't true. I don't know, but I heard like the moose as they get older, they like separate away from the herd, and like those are like the old males are like the crazy ones that you see videos where they're fucking up semi trucks and shit like that, where they're pissed off. You don't honk at them or whatever. They like freak out when you honk at them. They fuck your shit up.
It could be, and it's also like example, like when you look at some of these places where humans and animals interface, like wild parks and things like that. Every once in a while, you'll see like the rhinoceros. I saw this, little YouTube snippet where the rhinoceros takes this little VW type of car, probably a Subaru, and just has his way with it. He rolls it like 15, 20 times, and it's easy for him.
Yeah. I know, it's unreal.
So I'm
just boom, like it ain't nothing. That car probably went flying. Those moose too, like you can see pictures of them all day long, and you do not comprehend how big an animal that is until you're standing by one, and it's like, fuck, the thing is massive.
I think that many people who live in the north, including Eagle, including like Southern Vermont grower, including our friends up in Maine, they probably all encounter moose, as well as deer and such things.
No moose here. Large deer, coyote, fucking fox, bear. Yep, some big cats. Big cats up here in North Michigan. About it. I haven't seen them. So, yeah.
I have a friend back in guerrilla growing days who used to put a couple plants out to veg if he had higher numbers than he could process at the time. And he would only go out and check out these plants out, just on occasion. And this one plant, I'd like to think it's like a Northern Lights plant, but maybe it wasn't. But it got to be this big old bush, and he went there, and every branch and every leaf had been separated, kind of like maybe like the human lawnmower went through there or something. But what he figured is that whatever type of animal, there was probably an animal involved, just kind of went like berserk, somehow just, probably ecstatic. And it got shredded. So I thought that was pretty funny. So you got to be careful, wildlife can go screw up your guerrilla grow.
Forget where I seen that. Somebody had a bear, like they followed the bear tracks, and it like shit and like rolled all over their plants or whatever. Like it was trying to scratch its back on their fucking buds. And then they like followed it, dropping, yeah, like the buds stuck to it, and they like followed it so far, and it was like dropping bud, and they'd have like tracks they were following or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? He just out of the blue, the bear just was like, fuck it, this is my perfume today, bitch. Like, rolled all through his shit. Never know, man.
So I can't help but wonder if this is going to be the trend for the fall. Hopefully not, man. Fuck, it's 33 degrees tonight.
No way.
33 degrees right now. It was 55 today. I got a couple of days of this. Tomorrow it'll be 42. It was night before. It was fucking 36. 36. I did. They've taken it, but I'm not in flower. That's what I'm getting at. Now, hopefully, this isn't like a forecast of what the fall's going to be like, to where it's a quick fall off and everything just gets nice and cold up here real fast. I mean, it does anyway up here, but there's a chance where fall is winter. Well, it just goes from summer to winter. You know what I mean? Almost up here. Hope this isn't one of those years for the outdoor growers, especially seeing how I've snuck a few outdoors this time. So that'd be my luck. Not even get to finish, not even close.
Yeah,
it sounds cool.
That's your night.
Go ahead, Smiley.
You're talking too, right, Eagle? That's your nighttime times. Yeah, we're like 40 something, 45 or something down here, which still is cold. I mean, my watermelon don't like it.
Seems like the fruits, any kind of fruits. I wonder how like the apples and shit like that are take it. They probably are all right for just a day or whatever.
I think so.
It just seems like this year it's already super drought up here. I've been getting red flags, no birds quite a bit this year. So between like a drought and then these cold influxes like that, it's got to be tough on like say the Traverse City cherries and shit like that.
One of my sons took what they call your red card training, which is what you get to be a entry level wildland firefighter. And because he's taking credits at the university, there's a affiliated squad that he's gone out to one forest fire in the middle of the Wrangell St. Elias National Park, which is a very huge space. So it was probably cool for him to get to go out there. And then he went to another region too. So he's coming back for probably to regroup, but it seems like it's cool right now. So it's kind of variant, that type of thing, as you were saying, red flag days and things like that. But it hasn't been extremely dry yet here. Oh, I see. Well, anyway, when he gets back, though, I'll tell you one thing. He said he'd like to smoke a joint. So, I don't know.
Did you say he's out of state doing that?
No, he was in different regions of the state. Like our state is almost big enough that you could call it, like different sections are different. Like the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is one place.
Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, it's like multiple states in one. Literally.
There are 300 native entities, villages, 300 different villages in Alaska. And that maybe represents, a certain amount of language groups that are distinct. Let's just say off the top of my head, just say 5 or 6 different language groups. So that's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
So you have no idea where I warned. I know how my mind works about the organics thing. fucking. I've been listening. I have listened to. I'm telling you, so much. And that's what I was fucking. That's what I was afraid of too. I knew that the organics would have so many levels, so many doors, and man, fungus. It's the fungus door. I love. Well, so far, it's. I, oh man, the fungus door is my favorite so far. As far as what it does in the soil, the relationship it has with us, it's just fucking mind blowing. It's mind blowing. It's one of my favorite doors. And it because it kind of walks you into, you know, actually the soil, fungus, what it does there, to like an edible kind of fungus, to psychedelic fungus, you know, and then that kind of takes you into the spiritual realm, kind of fucking kicks open another door. And then from that crossroads right there, it kind of takes you into like a weird area to where it's uh spiritual and then but symbiosis kind of your relationship with plants, the healing of plants. Today, we read right there, my listen, plant spirit medicine, which is like kind of like the native kind of medicine, you know, making a relationship. And they were like, you don't basically in that type of relationship with the plant is you're not even choosing. You're not even choosing. You're going out like into the woods and the plant calls out to you. And then, you know, it's kind of reading you as you go through. There's no scientific relationship through it, just nature and, you know, working one on one with different plants. But it's been an interesting read. And fucking all that kicked open just by the little organic store that's fucking flooded, flooded, flooded open.
You make it sound so violent. It was an invitation.
It is violent though. I mean, I'm telling you that it's almost gravitational. It's almost like a black hole. It's like once you get in there and you're like even looking around, there's even that like weird like how do I want to say this? The old high there where fucking it didn't hit you there for a minute. Like you like smoke one, you're like, I'm not high, and then all of a sudden, bang, I'm fucking high. That's kind of how the
Creeper?
fucking organics kind of. That's how the creeper high. There's that creeper room you walk into in the organics room where you just kind of you walk in, you're like, hey, this is kind of nice. Yeah, it was fucking. Then you know, so you know, it's like wham. You're like, fuck, I'm lost. Yeah, sucks you right.
Or you're like, where? How far down this path did I go? Where am I?
Yeah, I'm totally lost. Where? How do I? I can't even get back.
Sorry.
The
One
where
of the
the where
under. Go ahead, Eagle.
the where are you the
He muted himself.
the map of like how to get back the you are here is some kind of like psychedelic you are here and you are here you are here you are here you are here you can't even get out of the fucking rabbit hole with the flower games. It's fucking too trippy once you get to sorry dude.
I'll continue that thread. You know, the part that piqued my interest there was the relationship to the psychedelic mushrooms, and you were alluding to the shamanic path. You know, so when I think of like the history of mushrooms, I think of like, you know, the Siberian guys going and using it as part of their uh, holistic ritual. You know, they'll have a drum, they'll have some of that, maybe they'll have another type of any type of other ethnic, whatever it is, psychotropic type of concoction. And it seems to me like that healing that we could see in that type of situation, and I do think that the shamanic healers are valid. Maybe that's something that we're looking for in cannabis, you know. So I'm just saying, and then this natural, like you said, organic, you know, systemic, you know, holistic thinking. It seems to be kind of like have a mind of its own and a life of its own.
Definitely. I think you get to a point though where you're kind of, I don't know, you're kind of comfortable and figured things out, you know. I wouldn't say it's a bottomless rabbit hole. It can be if you want it to be.
Well, okay, it's not a bottomless rabbit hole.
It can be if you want it to be.
You were pretty deep when I met you, and you're fucking a while into it, and you're like still scratching the surface. And not many people dig as deep and as hard as you do into the subject. So for the average person, I would think it would be easy to call it bottomless if you even had a slight interest in it.
It can be if you want it to be. That's all. It can be as easy as you want it to be too, though. There's plenty of people doing organic or whatever without knowing all the whatever jive language thing you want to say.
That's the
And have a
fuckery
white
do of
paper.
it, Smiley.
I
That's
never
the
read a white
fuckery
paper.
do of it. I enjoyed the ignorance is bliss side of growing. I did. I enjoyed the ignorance
You
is
used to.
bliss. Scratch and fucking add A plus B, fucking, yeah, this is nice. Add microbes, yeah. And, you know, that was the basics. Knew the root zone's important. Keep the microbes in check. Y'all good. Y'all good. But yeah, fucking nah. Once you get that organics thing going, yeah, it's way different.
You know, guys, I think that probably the organic leap of faith, so to speak, that we've taken in our own ways, each of us at some time, which took us out of our comfort zone, is kind of like one of those things that kind of like something that works on your conscience a little bit. But I'm not saying conscience in the sense of like good and bad. What I'm saying is like the inputs that were attractive to me when I was doing bottled newts and things of that nature were the bat guanos, the sea kelps, the you know, maxi crop. You know what I'm saying is I like the stuff that seemed to be the most natural all along, and at some point I started kind of like choosing what I could do without, and then another point, I read the articles by the Rev in Skunk Magazine, which were, he called it TLO, True Living Organics, and a lot of that was a synthesis of what bottled newts were available that were kind of agreeable to the organic approach, plus a living soil itself. And you guys are familiar with it, no doubt. But it's like this: once I got even any type of language to cling to, I started going in that direction. And then the next thing I heard of course, was no till, and that's kind of like where we're all kind of at, or us to.
Basically what I was getting to there, Smiley. It's, yeah, it can be quite easy, but once you open that door, you do really kind of get trapped in wanting to understand or to break them. It does draw you in deeper. It's, I would compare organics to quicksand, but
Yeah,
that's my comparison. Organics
it
and
scares
quicksand.
people off though. Is
Same
it?
things.
I have this nice recipe.
Except one will kill you and one will make you smart as shit.
It can go as deep as you want it to, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know. There's plenty of people that like. I mean, a lot of these practices, if you think of it, a lot of these practices go back to, native indigenous peoples of multiple different cultures and different lands that were doing similar things because it worked, like burying a fish and then planting something over top of it. That's there's multiple different cultures doing that and stuff. So it's, I don't know. A lot of this is like we think we've rethought some cool way to do it because we got it in a basement and we got pumps and all these things. But even like deep water culture, like a lot of that stuff's been done ancient times, man. Like they knew it was up. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, all that shit. They knew it was up. We're copying them. And they didn't know nothing about microbes or rabbit holes or any of that. So I guess I would assume they didn't. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they were fucking reading through scrolls and shit and fucking looking at tablets, stone tablets, trying to figure out what they were talking about for the next year's crop. I don't know.
He's got respect for a lot of them ancient cultures that lived on the fucking mountainous regions there that fucking like had to build for like the terrace. You know what I mean? Just build like a little mountainside to catch the fucking water. Flat spot to grow, stop the water, catch the water, trickle down to each garden. That shit was fucking mastery, fucking way back when, you know? That's just amazing.
Yeah, I've noticed one thing. If you've ever been like on a salmon stream after the salmon have spawned, if you go up and down the bank, you can see these carcasses of these fish. And if you go along the water starts to recede later in the year, you'll see like, where basically the whole bottom of the creek can be filled with this little like film. Basically it's the fishes become the bottom of the river. And so you've got to know that like the people of any type of know-how, or even me, if I live near a creek right now, I would go get some of that and use that as part of my recipe for my soil or whatever to get that nitrogen and neat things that go on with that living and kind of putrid, but it actually works through all that.
Does it say, yeah, with the actual nature right there doing it, the whole process happening on its own, you're just collecting from that at a certain point. That's cool. That's a good idea. It's interesting. It's crazy there's that many fish in the fucking streams too.
Small stream, lots of fish. There are definitely quite a few carcasses. It's just we don't even like, when you look at things like that nature, suddenly you realize that it's imploding. It's like the microbes, or the mycorrhizal system, that's communicating, to the tree next door to it, or the aerosols that it puts out through the terpenes. It's like, holy shit, this is a pretty complicated system.
It is.
Fucking that the want to understand that has been, I think, since we have been around and kind of walking around, the want to understand what's going on underneath our feet is man's age-old question. To be honest with you, the more I sit here and listen to this conversation about it, cultivation changed everything. I mean, we were fucking wanderers up until the point we figured out how to fucking start a garden, how to choose plants corn, work it down the line to what it is now. I mean, fucking everything changed. Cities were formed once we understood how to fucking work the earth, understand what was going on beneath our feet. I mean, it changed everything. I mean, so we've been wanting to know trying to wrap our minds around organics and all that shit since we've been able to walk. you know, Before then we were just foragers, trying to figure it out. And then we fucking figured out a little bit, and I think we've been digging that fucking organics hole ever since.
I think of like, the Native Americans, and I'm just going to say this specifically, like the Southwest, where they have a relationship with corn. You know, corn becomes a whole part of their cosmology. You know what I mean? The way that they look at themselves in relationship to the cosmos, the creator, whatever type of mythology that's supposed to fulfill itself, through their own prophecies and things like that. So just saying, that's all pretty rich. So if we had that kind of relationship with, we do actually have that relationship with certain plants ourselves, they become kind of sacred, you know, and mysterious. I mean, think about this. Think about the kids who are like going to college, and rather than drinking, at the kegger a bunch of beer, maybe they're smoking a couple bong hits with their brethren or sister, and listening to some reggae music, and maybe they go out and like do a gardening project somewhere off campus or something. Maybe they get themselves a cabin. I'm just saying, there's all kinds of good things that can become of conscious or consciousness, pertaining to our relationship to the herb and other plants.
We were talking the other night with Gus there about money. You know what I mean? I kind of mentioned to him that night at one time, and it wasn't far off from that moment where I spoke up not too long ago, whereas seeds were worth way more than gold, anything else we had at the time, man. Fucking the trade of seeds and herbs were all you had. I mean, they were worth way more than any seed. I mean, think about it. You as like say a tribe or a leader way back then, a lump of fucking gold or a sack of seed. I mean, which would provide you greater power? You know what I mean? Feeding the masses or throwing this lump of fucking this rock in your pocket. You know what I mean? It was the seeds. It was the seeds.
Yeah. Seeds are
That
their
gave you
own
power.
technology. Sorry,
Medicine.
I thought a bright thought, so I'll share it one more time. Seeds are their own technology. So, they bring with them the ability to feed yourself, to clothe yourself. The super one, the super one, our uh, forefathers had the insight to know that. I'm sure of that. So sorry to interrupt you.
You're right. Seeds are fucking really, they are their own tech, basically. They can provide us as far as like a nutrition, they can provide us as a medicine. A lot of medicines are made from seed form, and they're also smart enough to be poisonous
Hmm.
for just say, hey, these are for fucking nothing but a reproduction. Some of them are smart enough to go say, hands off. These plants need to survive. Leave them alone. Sure. So yeah, they are pretty smart. And yeah, you're right, Boo.
There's whole civilizations have made it or kind of not made it under certain circumstances because of very, very small technologies. For example, the Eskimo on the North Slope, the Inupiat, way back when, they had a dilemma. They had to harness the protein and the oils and the food source of the whale, and they had to do that with very few resources themselves. So what became the keystone in something they refer to as the maritime archaic culture was being able, when they came up with the tip of the spear, so to speak, that allowed them to retrieve that whale and bring it in, which is like to this day a ritual where hundreds of people get benefit from eating this food from this animal. And whether you agree with it or not, harvesting of whales, if there's going to be anybody harvesting whales, I think these people are probably pretty well. I'm going to say that they preserve their whales as well. I'm trying to show respect towards that. But point being, they could survive because they could produce all these things from this whale. And I think that in a similar way, we can survive because we can harness hemp, marijuana, cannabis in its very many ways.
So I rarely jump into, especially like mixed chat in the show. Usually I try to only do it when it's funny. Sometimes when bullshit's going on, but not. This isn't bullshit. I just wanted to say they talk about shit, guns, and chat. Uh, when gentleman says guns don't kill, humans do. Well, it's right. We can't blame. Guns are guns. It's a knife is a knife. You know, you know. There's no really difference between the two. Um, in my opinion, both will kill. Anything will kill. It takes a sick mind to kill. You know what I mean? It isn't that if the urge is there, that person can make anything kill. A pencil, a fucking butter knife. There's a will, there's a way. You can't necessarily blame it on an inanimate object. That's my thoughts on that whole the gun's bad thing. You know, gun, the knife, where's it at? You know what I mean? It's the culture. You know what I mean? It's us checking in on each other, bad moments, knowing when somebody's in a bad place and needs a helping hand. It isn't the objects. It might be the objects that are available to them. But again, like I stated, you take away the gun, they'll find the knife. You take away the knife, they'll buy a bat or a hammer. You know, yeah, yeah. That's what I say on that subject. But I just had to chime in and throw my little 2 cents in. It was way too much to type.
I respect that, Eagle, and I will not comment on that because it's like this. However I feel about it isn't all that relevant. I respect everybody's right, to whatever. But don't be a bendejo or whatever, and I'll try to do the same. I do feel grateful to be able to live in a place where I don't feel really threatened by nature. Um, I It exists, I'm a part of it. If I prepare properly and if I'm lucky, I'll make it to the next season. So people where I'm from, if you've been here a certain amount of years, I think it's 20 years, they call you a a sourdough. When you've been here 1 year, you're a chichaco or a greenhorn. So, when you've been here so long that you're a sourdough, they say you can't leave because you're sour because you have no dough. And that's the big joke. Not that exciting,
Le-
but anyway.
level, no, level one around here's Flatlander.
The thing is that this is true. Where I was getting at with that is things can be so rugged and severe that sometimes if somebody makes it like 1, 2, 3 years, you kind of like start having some respect for them. You overlook the fact that maybe they burned down a cabin or this or that in trying to persevere, or they were generally, sometimes you're at the mercy of the public. It's like they want to go get a place to warm up every day and just have enough for a cup of coffee. Well, people respect that. You don't have to put on ears, but at the same time, because you can live in a cabin, pay like 300, 400 bucks a month to live there. Maybe you don't have water. Maybe you have electric line to you. It encourages kind of exploration of alternative ways of living. And that goes for even like the structures that are built, they've got all the hippy dippy A-frame cabin, modern architecture. It's all fun. So anyway, yakety yakety yak. I see that you have rearranged your lighting system, Eagle. I know you spoke to that a little earlier. I was preoccupied with something, but did you come up with a configuration that's working?
Yes, I did. So far, I ended up moving some older lights around and making space there versus taking down the 2K HPS is what the decision was there. But yeah, the configuration I believe is going to work. I may cheat a little bit, I guess. By that I mean add a light from the same company in the middle of the two. Uh, so that's what I say by cheat. I, they're nice lights. They again, I watch, and I'd have to agree. This is my way of like not saying, calling it out 100% myself. I watched just in time had a video he put up today about the similar light. He kind of nailed it. I was watching the video and I'm like, that's pretty much exactly what I thought. In his words, he was saying they call it out to be a 6x6. He was doing the same thing. Well, I put my two in a 4x8. He was putting his in a 4x4. As soon as he fired it up, he was like, yeah, this would be good for a 3x3. That's the kind of the way. That's the kind of way I feel about it. I almost think, to be honest with you, I can't look and compare. Well, I guess I can. It talks about what the fucking thing is. I'll find it inside. If it has different diodes, but I think the light stepped down the light to 3000. I don't know if it's got different diodes or what. It seems to be more power, better matchup. I don't know if that makes any sense with power with diodes. Because he in his video he noted that the Samsung diode that's on there is like one of the smallest Samsung diodes there is on the 3000. So barely enough to kind of call it the Samsung. So I don't know if there's better diodes on the 3000, but man, I ran the 3000 in a 4x4 basically, and it did all right. But that 4000 seems to be a bigger board. It doesn't seem to be all that more. You know what I mean? And it isn't a full, you call something that it's supposed to be a 400 watt equivalent. It doesn't even pull 4 amps out of the wall. 400 watts is 400 amps out of the wall, or 4 amps out of the wall. Doesn't even make that. It is it's 375 watts, and you pulling it by the amps, it's only 3.62 out of the wall, so it's not even a 400 watt. They're trying to say it's replaceable with 600, and it doesn't. It's not even the size matchup so far. I think I'd be better off running. If again, I said this months ago, three of the 300s in the same space because it's, for the cost factor, it's like the BP 300 is like 250, I think. You know what I'm saying? So 750, put 3 of them in that same. I think you've rocked, you know, but it to pay for in consideration calling this one a 3x3 to put 3 of those in the same area. No, that's fucking $1,200. You know, my money would be put the 750 into that tenant versus that. So it's gonna, in my opinion, either way, to to really rock it the way I would like to rock it, it's gonna take 3 lights. 3 of those lights, just like I said, fucking a year ago, in that same area, in that same style, to really be good. That's my opinion so far.
Dude, like GML just did on his fucking newest grow room, and like it's like wall to wall panels, like the whole ceiling's covered in them, fucking scorpions or whatever.
Look like diamonds up there. You look up and just like,
He's got them turned down, I think, to like 20% or some shit like that, because it's so much. It's funny.
so that just kind of gets back to a conversation, not calling anybody out. We had, wormhole or rabbit hole, or yeah, it's wormhole.
Yeah, get your PPFPs,
Monk.
get the numbers up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I asked you then, and you gave me your thoughts, and I still think you're really on point with that. Is to dial them down and jog. You know what I mean? Keep them close and jog versus full blast and trying to run. And it sounds like what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's rather jogging them lights at a lower power rate, using them more efficiently up close, probably, or whatever, or a lot of them versus 2 full blasts. There's quite a difference on the way the plant takes that shit out.
Giving her all she's got, Captain.
I don't.
I've dialed.
Go ahead, Buddha.
Oh, I was just gonna say, back in the day, I do recall dialing down the 1,000-watt high pressure sodium ballast to 750 and using them at 750 and having pretty good results with that. It kind of whatever it was in my room or my situation, it was just fine by me, and it was very efficient because my bill wasn't so high. I wasn't really at the point. I was kind of at the point where I was just growing and needs.
That always changes the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say dialing HPS down changes the spectrum though, or like that's the cool thing with the LED. It doesn't.
It's different though. It's different. It's for me. It's different. My eyes, and I'm sure in the plants, it's different. This light right here, it's like it's one source. It's being pushed out. It's more broad. It's a bigger wave. You know what I'm saying? That's what in the end, it's a bigger wave. You know what I mean? The light's frequency, so as it's being, so it's a bigger wave. To where these LEDs are more faster rate, more intense, more on the point of like laser precision. And I kind of noticed that myself as I had that light hanging here the other night, man. I could feel the reds. I'm guessing that's what it was. The reds. Because it was like a point. You know what I mean? You could like run your arm across it and then bam, you could feel your skin heating up almost like a fucking microwave, or I'm sure you would with like a laser or an intense light. And I think the plants don't like the LED, the directional intensity of the LED. They're bright to make them as bright as they are. I don't think the plants like that directional fucking fast flicker rate. Uh, I think that's part of the LED problem. I think that's why turning them back to a slower, less intensity, less a bigger wave means a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You're saying it right. I mean, like some of the waves, but like the blue actually has the most energy to it, and does to a certain extent, like the most work or whatever. But yeah, like I don't know, because there's been that debate on like the reds lately too. So does it actually come out
I
as a
guess.
red that you would feel on your skin?
I
Like
guess this is.
you're talking though?
Yeah, I can definitely feel it in my skin. Definitely. So this is another way I guess I is way I can see it as far as like the plants taking it up. If I could draw it in some kind of like picture. So basically, I see your canopy, the canopy being um, water. Okay, your canopy's water. With this HPS light, you're basically dropping a marble. Okay, so as it comes down, it hits the canopy, you get that ripple effect. Now, basically, what I see with the LED, my water, I see it more as a fucking rain, where the surface isn't a nice wave, but it's being fucking, it's rough. You know what I mean? And dialing that fucking LED back is, make it more of a, less intense. That's my comparison between the two. If I could put it visually, if I could break it down and see it, that's what I see.
It's got to be different than just the PPFD of it or whatever usable light. So, I agree, man. There's parameters, there's differences. It's a different tool, but I don't know. I think having the most balanced spectrum you can is the best way to do it, and I think that's where, like, if you look at the spectrum chart that they show for the different lightings, like that go from blue to red or whatever, and then they graph it out. And a lot of the LEDs, they'll have these huge spikes in certain nanometers, and it's based off studies and white papers and all that. I get it, but it's like if you look at the spectrum the sun throws out on a majority, it's pretty well even across on that. You know what I mean? And some of that'll shift, but it's like the Horolux blue light kind of got its claim to fame for being the closest to sunlight. And if you look at that spectrum too, it's pretty well evened across. I mean, there's little spikes here and there, but or the HPS lights, when you look at those, they spike right in that red, right in that other part of it. So red to yellow or whatever. But like the sunlight don't do that. That's the point I'm getting at. So I think that the more even you can get that spectrum, the more it's going to resemble like the sunlight, and the better response you get from the plant. Would be my thought on it.
One thing
Sunlight's
I've noticed,
crazy thing. Go ahead, Buddha, please.
um, I'll make this point as quickly as possible. I've observed something, because I veg my plants outdoors in the summertime. Uh, in the middle of the night, like right now, it's right near the solstice. It's still at about 23 hours of daylight. And what I mean is it's dusky at one part, kind of like early morning type light. And I can go out there this time of the year and even for the rest of the summer and at about 3 in the morning, and the leaves will be as perky as can be, straight up in the air, like as if, you would think they were reacting to light stimulus. but I'd mentioned this to Pete of Operation Grow, and he thought it might have something to do with, maybe the humidity, maybe, the VPD that's actually out there at that particular moment. And I'm just saying that it really makes you feel good to see that. And maybe you've seen it in your own gardens, maybe in the middle of the night, maybe like, you go in the room, everything looking real perky.
In my case, they're more lit when anytime I peek at them, they're sleeping. But what I was gonna say, more related to the sun there smiling, is I don't think it is that flat even spectrum. I don't think it's that broad even at all, especially because the sun is, again, it's another ever changing piece of the puzzle there. I mean, it gets hot, sunspots, heat is base light intense, or, yeah, basically the hotter you know, the frequency, the difference of spectrum, 5K, 3K. That's how we see it. It's different blues, reds, whatever. And the same thing kind of happens from the sun. There's hot days, cold days. What we get from it is ever changing. So I don't think there is that flat rate. I do believe there's more red days, blue days. You know, it all depends on the sun, what's going on there too. I don't believe it's just one solid spectrum. I believe it's ever evolving daily.
Yeah, it'll evolve through the course of a day, but I think overall, if you take it as a sum, it's going to average pretty decent. That's all.
I think you're thinking more of it as intensity, though. Just the change through the day or a cloud cover like that. But I'm thinking actual spectrum as what you would get day to day
No,
could
I think
change.
spectrum too. Spectrum will change with elevation. It'll change mornings way more red, evenings way more red. That's you know those are known. Yeah, I was talking spectrum.
But again, I'm thinking for a different reason, I guess. I think you're thinking that it's a constant or geographic, highs to lows, geographical conditions here and where we would measure. You could find differences. But I'm thinking as daily, how it comes in, hour to hour, minute to minute, day to day, changes on what's coming off the sun. Right now we're fixing to go through, you know, a low spell. I think what we could be getting at it shows in our crops. From year to year. I think it's different. I really believe it's different
Oh, it
day
absolutely.
to day, not necessarily from elevation and cloud cover and all that. I think there's no flat rate. I think it's ever changing.
Right, I like to think of it like if it's like music or like a pitch, right? So if you have a symphony playing of music and it's all in tune together, it's all a pleasant sound. But the minute you have like one of those instruments that's way the fuck out of tune, you can hear that over everything else because it's out of you know what I mean, it's out of tune. And that's all I'm getting at. I think when those spectrums are there and they have these big long spikes in one specific nanometer, whatever that is, you know what I mean, if it's this one focused nanometer, it's like that one instrument that's all of a sudden out of tune. And it like, I think when you crank it up, you can hear it louder, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, that fucking thing's out of tune, you know? I don't know. Maybe that's an
Well,
analogy.
cheers, boys. It is 420, 421 now.
Oh wow.
Keep your light in tune. 420.
Well, cheers. Well, I hate to do this, but I was gonna like hopefully it was gonna load up tonight. I was gonna do like an audio, get it going, fade back, get some trimming, but it didn't. It turned into one amazing conversation, and I'm gonna kind of like close the door on it tonight at 4:20 because it has been a good conversation, much like a good like Alan Watts listen, philosophy. I want to leave it with my mind racing, still full of questions. You know what I mean? Kind of like that mental cup of coffee that I enjoy when I listen to like some good philosophy. And that's the way this conversation's gone, man. It's kept me mentally on point tonight. I've enjoyed it, and I'm gonna leave this one right at the door at 4:20. So cheers, boys. Thank you for coming on and hanging out tonight, man. Greatly appreciate it.
Cheers, man.
But I am gonna do the shout outs. So as you guys are saying goodbye, I'm gonna reach over my list.
That was my hint. You guys are supposed to leave. That was the hint.
Do your shout outs now, Smiley.
Have a good one, Buddha. That was cool. Here you go. He's like, fuck it, I'm out here too.
I'm like, truthfully, I was listening a lot to what you guys were saying, and I didn't have a lot to contribute on some things, but it's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate it, guys. So at that, I'm gonna be the first one to drop out. Love you, Smiley. Love you, Eagle. Love you, chat, and peace.
Thank you, Buddha man. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Buddha boy was picking up what you were dropping about the hint and getting that fuck out.
Oh man. He always disappears before I can say my goodbyes. Oh man. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this conversation. I know I've enjoyed it. Thank you guys, as always, for hanging out, joining in. Sorry I wasn't as active as I would like to be in chat, but I've been kind of watching as much as I can and having fun with the conversation. So please excuse me if I missed you saying hello or I caught a comment that was directed to me. Sincere apologies. Cheers, St. Bernard's Cheers, St. Bernard's observation booth. It is always a pleasure to see you in chat, my friend. I would like to see you on the show as far as that goes. So, truth be told. So, as soon as we get past these commercials, we get this thing rolling. Little lemon pepper freestyle playing in the background. Martin, one of my favorite current artists. Not all time, but current. Definitely seems to be in my head with a lot of the songs. You want to listen to them, check it out. Sub Cool, I miss you, brother. More ways than you will ever know. Lost friendship and to Kansas community. East House of Dank, Bubble Off 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, Christina MG89, Unplugged 705, Medical McCall, Cuddy Ricky, the Rebel, the 9207, Fabian Salinas, Dave's not here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T-Dog, Doug Beetle, Red Eye Jedi Growth, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Runboy 7426, Justin Gooder, Strongman, Okie Grower 775. Man, this tooth just got my back. Corey Treble, Michael Walls, Whole Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco, Don, Slug, Rick S. In the Bushes 827, Jane Siemens, Kevin Hahn, World's Last Hope, Pat Span 425, Mr. Dirt Road Dude, thank you for the pickles. They are delicious. Dirt Road Dude, I am enjoying them. Ken Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Russell, Dan Gobbles, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone, 710 Canuck, Kenna Queen Genetics, Stabby Tanaze, Fumador, Dirtman Dan, Keith of Black Sales, Mr. Bosilla, Zen Premium Gardens, Rasa Bob, Rasa Jeff, Soiled Roots, Small Tubes, Tyler, Frosty Buds, North Michigan Micro, Ouija Buzz, Doug T. Roy, Big Jar Grow, JC, Modern Genetics, SoCal Weed Nerd, John, last PPJ 15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple. Thank you, my friend. It's perfectly imperfect. Dollar T Grower, T1 Productions, A Grower, GOA Grown Heads. You missed, my friend. Miss Nudie, I grew some. Johnny Candace Seed, brother. Hopefully, you are almost getting back to normal. Mr. Nutrient Shootouts, Naughty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Boo. Shout out. Silver 420, the highest by Aldrich 25, Miss Madam T. Stu, Moonbo, Groner, Kenny Crate, Loki Grow, Assess, This Guy, Burton, 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws 31, Voodoo Ultra, Fresno Nerds, Kelly Connection, Wolverine, Grown, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One for Life, Laid Way Back, Farmer D Block, MMP Nations, Creations, Amber Lalana, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LT, Sir Sticky, Rob, Big Day 420, Brett Window, Big Ed 1961, Metawani G3, The Green Click, J and K Triple G, Mr. Sprinkley, Brittany, Tyler, Tuesday, Whole Farms, Lisa G, John, B Too Crazy for You, BGWG 420, Dr. Boswell, Purple Thumb OG, Arthro, Centimania, Arthro, Just a Face 420, Beast Coast Grower 420, Sir Hal, Trey, Alone, Keep It Real, Hamilton 420, Sub Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, Feel Like BT, Definitely Grows, Vegas, Green Puffin Man, Alice Boy, Seth Life, School of Crop, Because I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie Real, 100, 212, Andy Moran, Miranda Family Farms, Case Farms, Me All Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, Dude Sabot Wins, Kingdom Microponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary James, Mad Gardens, Dreamer 77, Double D, Bad Joining Nutrients, Mr. Green Pops, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 684, Spaniard, Kruger Jones, and Pro Pop Cheese Rose, Raz, Amy Drove, Rose, Cass, The Grow From Your Heart Podcast, Lynn Luna, The Green Med Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Sony Creek Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soil, Jason Isom, P. Win, David Clover, Mason 662, Scroggy McScroggins, and the Goddess Skills, Kaylee, Chad, Brad, Johnny Jones, Holly P. Bjorn, Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Stever, Organic Corn Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Roy, Dan, the Indoor Man, Gromies, Homies, Hamilton, Bros, Clip Smoke, Keystone, Canada Flag, PA, Big High, 710, Eugene, Greenleaf, A Street, Hustle, Ken, Fred Darden, Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Grow 420, No Saw, Jesse Weiss, Thing, Getty, North Introvert, Genetics, So, Jay Vixen, Robert, Killer 8, Mo, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy Seed Bank, Deadhead, Smokey 616, Curtis Mayhem, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Amon, Stephanie Dorian, Tennessee, Vicarious K, Mike Rubels, the Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moon, Pop 719, Baker Shake, baby, Old Smoke, PWC Grown Bud, Flora Wash, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho Grown, Flora Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Budget Sound Sleeves, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wankenby, Mr. Soul, Food Spectrum, Gone God, Glory Hanson, Real, 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pimp Jam, made Bodie Face, Show Me Sasquatch, Fuck Google Ain't You, I'm Going Well, Canadian Restore, Horror Dirt Farmer, Carl Wright, Zephyr, Humble Farms, Tannery Farm, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hell, 9782, Junkie Pets, Martial Artist, 2012, Microflave Hefner, Danny McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, Motherfucking Thomas, Rancho Costa Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champlin, Bobby Lynn, Trent Digger, Mr. Ranks, Mr. Mac, told you like William, Bill S, Mr. Weed Piece, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, here on Fire, Genetics, Earth, Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny 101, Buds and Hasser, Mr. Club 14, Bearded Bee Man Farm, 616, all up north, Max Screwman, Ruby, Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Beans, Chronic 88, Fat Belly, Rios, Jennifer Steele, Kimbus 03, Turk Farner, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latina, Skater Country, Mr. Speed, Will Steve, Firesaw, Wally Wilkie, The Goddess Grows, Rasta Bob, Right, White Feather Grows, Burning Shrooms, Tone Grows, Dang, K-Man, BX Gunna 81, Smith Dude, Noob So Noob Grows. Sorry about that. Sean McCann, Jay Monks, Dank and Janda, Walla Walla Cannon Roll, Fall Dog, Huron Cannabis Council, Hira, Alyssa Paris, Rock Fam, Justice Mink, 420 Bridge, Fresh Herbs, Thriving Herbs, or Fresh Grow. Sorry about that. Thriving Herbs, your high boy, your mimic grows. We be growing Australian grown love for the plant, Argo American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest Surfcraft, Micro Goon, Jeff Lowenfels, Mobius Grows, Dank Brownies, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, The Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jensen, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ Coca, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, D's Bags, Drone Star, Shotgun Willie, Jank Yoda, Jay Simmons, Sure Bro, Grows, Clackamas, Coo, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, late 1978. Michigan Grown Buds, your boy Roy Boy Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Clackamas 420, Stinky Cola, Dylan Stein for PFC Farms, Husky Gardens, Sun Grown 707, J8 Drone, J420, Cascadian Grows, T-Toast, Monkey 4 Plants 8, Weedworks, Captain Scrog, Skunky Buns, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, McGasser, Tempe, Annie N, D Urge, Green Cheer, Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose 11, Smiles 11, Bindu Buds, Michael Rosset, Grows 311, Miss Kinder Grows, Evergreen Haze, G, Friends, Tree, MMJ, Matt S, A-Bot, Dragonfly, B, Justin Metz, Travis Wells, Lucky Mike, Eric Ferguson, Seattle, Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan from Blast Coast Seeds, Shango Gas, Mobasco for Life, John Smith, Tommy Troico, Spoke Kings, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Spiky Pies, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Steelberg, Indo 11, Stephanie B, Shark Pulley 989, Bob Braun, Sovereign Garner, Stone Nation 420, Joe Y. Punks 1313 Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Boot, Jay Myers, to Mid, to Chat, Mr. Manny D, Bag C, Dr. GGC, Jeff, Shredder 911, Dutch Grows 420, Scallywag 420, Skill Bull 1, Med Grower 1, Empire Breeding Co, for Goalie, Lost Leaf, Liam Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Jester, Smoking with Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Rafter Grows, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, Door, Michigan Quarry, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Thumb 420. 808 Rudy Prospects, Kata Bus Driver, Hate Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grove, T Ben, TM 420, 696, Rude Nuts, Dr. Scrambles, BB, Moonrock, GH, F Double J, Bio Green, Self Grower 56, Hanky Safety 420, OGKP, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Georgia Joe, Roy Roger, yes, be growing nature's best nugs, Killer Bee Grows, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Ooh Soul Life, Bully for Life, the Jeff Rowe 420, Be the 698, Dr. Franklin Booty 698. Wait, Dr. Franklin Booty. That's it. God damn, I'm being sick. Ted's Test, the Riffin' Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. 420, 420, Boom Farms, Charlie Farms 420. Always a pleasure to see you again, my friend. Aldridge 25, Smiley's Gardens. You know it's always good to see you, my friend. JD's Miss D's Nugs hit me up the other day, man. I was so glad to hear from Miss D's Nugs. Cheers to you, Miss These Nugs. Smoking Grove, Frazier, Grove Hosky, Twisted Roots, Faded Farmer 420, Jeff Kurowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagsy, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snap, CTE, Rose, Rick Wolf, and DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Ken Cooper, Blind Cat 420, Light Up again, Tim, always a pleasure, UKSIF 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Buddha Boy, thanks for popping in, Budsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dink Man Dan, Red Setter Farms, Tankman 420, Red Setter Farms, Good Life, Joni Bell, Cheats B, Most Hated Grower, the Major General 420 Army, the American One, miss you, brother. Hopefully you're doing well. W Digger 714, Shirate's Kitty Ocean Genetics, Mountain Skies, ready to hit that hot pot. Chris Mertz. Glad to see you back, man. There Ian, Sergeant Robbie, Sergeant Life, Hepa Fake, Cam, Finger Lakes, Fires, Ridge Pad, Dose of Moon, Southern BT Grower, Choose Medical, Jared Blair, 1+1 Mustard, Secret City, Pioneers, My Little Tents. 24Z2 Spacewalker, Christian, Tree Mump, T. Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T. Dwayne, East Coast Will, Galactic Gardens, John Smith, Elliptus, My Natural Farms, Pacific, Northwest Seeds, Ross, Kaya Paul, Lemon Hoko, Tret, Rita's Juicy Life, 420 Grant Manual, Mary Bond, Sammy Sizzle, 9 Inch Colas, Chris Mood, DK Trades, Vision Creator, Guru, The Kind Brew, Cannon Nation, JJ Wire, Wild Bobby, Sean Binns, Rescue Ready, Roadside LLC, Notorious Nugs, Father and Son Trimming Tutorials, Dub T Danks, Jose Ramirez, Doggo the Hut, 420 Buck, Chiba Man, GR420, Comedian Videos, GMO, check them out over there. Detroit River Rat, Luis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Cheddar Bob 13. Hopefully you're having a great day. Maine, 420 Med Growers, Cookie Scoop, Jay Kendricks, In for the Grill, Captive Audit, Backwoods All Good, Sally Man, Sal, Adam Skankin, Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roach, Kazoo, Aaron Burnett's Rooms, Mr. Lincoln Stinkin, Angel Studios, MG, the 420, Grow Tent, Paul Elliott, John Fleming, Dankovich, Fibro, Flower, Poly P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny, Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Pollock, Rich Cook, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Beef, the Misfit Grower, Jason 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Sony Baker MD, Stony Creek, Sus, Russ Zon, Russ Zone, French Dweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man Hermit Hash, Freebird, Mo Grower, Matty Grower, Simple Man, Survival One Time, Tim Blake, Gulf Coast Chronic, Stinkfed, Polero, Polero, Harley Grower, Gent God, Jason Live 512 again, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island Haze, Scuba Steve Speaks, JR Ream, Randy K, Farmer Steve, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe Farming, Brandy Grande, Piff 1000, Ace Spook 3223, Wake Up, Captain Frida, Puffer, Smiles, 15 Digits, Michigan Ganja, Mooch, Ass, Fred G, Super Bob, Broski 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organic, Zippy, iMedic 31, Honors, CK Hell, Me All, Flower, Brent Good, Todd Kendricks, Kenford, Newtons, K&T, Chris D, True Serum, Photons, Phone, Natty Dreads, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Canna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Collab, Low Cut, Albert Henry, Momentic, Meds, Raz, Benji, Ellen, Huge Janus, James T, Atomic Spoon, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, High Flower 420, Lobster Rust Road, Mother Tree Maine, Red Pill, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Ecstatic, Shannon Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pill 710, one in the same, Credits Pursuit, K Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, The Entourage, Like Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, Mondo 420, Surrounded by Geek, Ferrari Farms, French Dweller, Single Flowers, Happiness Without Give, Roger Forbes, Daniel Pimenta, B4P Funk, Ridica D, John Reach, What About Bob, Daniel Bergman, Green Coffin Man, B. Dunkley, James Chung, Sarge Grows 818, John Wayne, Carolina Rude, Sister Golden Hair, Deanna, El Dankerito, K&F Gardens, Blank 1030, Choose One, Only Feed, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, Richard Lamb, HIP, Grow, Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonders, Sunrise Grove, Top Floor Genetics, Mole Vision 420, Can2 Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, My Dog Nelly, Rusey Farms, Alex Hardy Gear, Betty Cropper, Daniel Rose Forder, Mint Grown, Mad, Sunrise Gold, of course, my baby girls, Lexi, Brittany, Pooh, No Limit 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemist and Mechanic Mix, Soilborne Addictions, Ross Joe, Alex D, Dirty Or, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sarge Bros, Blaze Daily, Fried Purple, Perpetual, Eagle Proud Warrior, Sarah Smiles for You, Frank Usada, The Dank Duchess, Kino, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Usada, Sink Fact, What About Bob Ill, Justin, Pop Shrooms, John Gorski, Jen Doe, Dungeon Gangster, THC4, PTSD, T Barrington, Honcho Roll, Swamp Camp, Pablo Canabico. I just put through that. Best of because Jen Doe one more time, Mr. Manny D, Canifari, 420, AB Normal, Frank Guerrero, Bear Free, J Brent 74, CK Brown Guy 420, Packader 420, Burning Tree, Medicine, EA, Grayson, Grove 207, Hydro Daily, Hemp with GG, Jamie Reed, Supreme Grape, Sony Rockefeller, Caveman, Cane Best, Bruce City Sin, Hawaii Sustainable, Midnight Roots, Dead Cynics, Knuckles P, Polly, or Michael P, Polly be quick, be nimble, Skip Ed, Bud Kilowatts, Michael D. 889 Disbanded Brothers, Macilia Matt Joseph, Grace Medicine RX, Keith and Cheech, Hydro Daily, Concerned American, Cannabis 41411, Freedom of Speech, Dr. Joints Word, D's Trees, Ganja Sudoku, 710 is all upside down, Jesse Stevenson, please reaccept my invitation. I fucked up on a date with Jesse. Sorry, my deepest apologies. Victoria, what about Bob? Sacred Gardens, Gus Grohl, Slick Rick 80, Slick Rick 8, period, Dog Pounds. Dave in St. Louis. I'll move Watts, Gusting, Yeti Ed Ren, MN Roan, Uncle Elmer, Off Grid Terps, Christopher 54, Last Predator, Matthew SoCal, Sioux, Illinois, Man Beaters, Jinx Proof, Dorkers Genetics, Stoner Jude, Joel and Jen from North Star Genetics, Carolina, Mr. Cry PTAB 13 Leo, Brood Beyond Perfection, XX Elite GP XX, Uncle Stoner, Crispy Treat Kitchen, Gus Growers Paradise, Third Time's a Charm, LAD Grown, Iceni Clan, Decoy Bacon, Mr. Scotto, Fresh Baked One, J. Allen, Big Bob Grows, Jolly Canna, Australian Grows, Yucca 420 Gardens, Daniel Phil, Mr. Nowhere Man, last but not least, Weedus 207. I know there's a few I missed, and I'm sorry. It's like a little bit about adding up names, but I'm seeing you. Thank you guys. Hopefully, you guys know the deal by now. If this is the end of your journey, please get some rest. This is the beginning of your journey, your day. Please do something nice for somebody. It's so easy. Compliments, open doors, a bug, a conversation, a phone call, a text. Kind words. So easy to do. They'll pick me up for someone. You guys pick me up every time. Tune in, log on, hit that live button. It's fucking amazing. That's why I do the shout outs. That's why I do the shout outs. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And fucking, I can't say it enough. Guys catching on. I know you're catching on. Have a great day. I get to work and some stuff done before I fall out. Sally, silly shit, seashells. Ah, it's gonna make the list. It's gonna make the list. I got you. funny people. I got you. Have a great day. I'm out of here. Love you guys. Having a great day. Day 2 of this week.